The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. Messages of congratulations. Ministry of Foreign Affairs celebrates Independence Day anniversary. Trump says Iran talks are in final stage. And China said it opposed official exchange between US and Taiwan. Proceeding with our reports. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, President of the Transitional Sovereign Council of Sudan, President Mohamed Idris Deby Itno of the Republic of Chad, President Draupadi Murmu of India, and Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika of the Republic of Malawi have sent messages of congratulations to the people and government of Eritrea on the occasion of 35th Independence Day anniversary. In their message sent on behalf of their respective countries and themselves, the leaders conveyed their best wishes for good health to President Isaias Afwerki, as well as peace and prosperity to the Eritrean people. They also expressed their country's readiness to enhance mutual relations with Eritrea. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan expressed his country's desire to further develop the existing deep friendly relations and cooperation in various sectors between Eritrea and Sudan for the mutual benefit of the two people. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs celebrated 35th Independence Day anniversary in Asmara on 20th May under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. The celebratory event was attended by ministers, senior government and PFDJ officials, ambassadors and diplomats, as well as invited guests. Speaking at the event, Mr. Usman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, said that over the past 35 years, Eritrea's national building and the steadfastness resilience demonstrated by its people have been neither easy nor without immense hardship. As the Eritrean people demonstrated extraordinary courage, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment during the years of the armed struggle, they have in the post-independence era mirrored the same domitable national resolve, dignity, and sense of ownership of their country. Their enduring devotion and patriotic spirit constitute one of the most remarkable chapters of Eritrea's modern history. Minister Usman went on to say that as history attests, while many African nations detained independence during 1950s and 1960s, the Eritrean people were deliberately denied their legitimate rights to self-determined due to geopolitical calculation and strategic interests of the powerful states. In the pursuit of this fundamental and absolute right, the Eritrean people initially waged a peaceful political struggle throughout 1940s and 1950s. However, despite their lawful and measured appeals, their voices fell on deaf ears within prevailing international order. Confronted by this systematic denial of justice, Minister Usman reiterated that the Eritrean people embarked upon a bitter armed struggle that endured for more than 3 decades. Against overwhelming odds and the face of the successive Ethiopian colonial regime armed, financed, and politically protected by powerful external actors, the Eritrean people achieved a historic and decisive victory. The liberation secured on the battlefield in 1991 was subsequently and plainly affirmed through international recognized referendum in 1993, thereby establishing Eritrea's independence and sovereignty in full accordance with international law. Since its emergence as independent and sovereign nation, Minister Usman underlined that Eritrea has consistently pursued a strategy for cooperation founded upon the principle of mutual respect, sovereign equality, non-interference, and shared benefit. Guided by this vision, the country has remained actively engaged in constructive development efforts aimed at promoting peace and stability within the Horn of Africa in particular, while contributing more broadly into international and peace security. However, Minister Usman added that both before and after independence, external powers, hostile to the very existence of the Eritrean people. Acting through subsequent regimes repeatedly upgraded false narratives against Eritrea. This formidable trial was ultimately overcome through steadfast resistance, profound resilience, and unyielding spirit of perseverance. Mr. Usman underlined that Eritrea remained steadfast in its conviction the domestic affairs of sovereign nation must be resolved through nationally owned solutions, free from external interferences, compulsions, or oppositions. Eritrea further maintains that establishment of just, balanced, inclusive, and genuine representative international order is indispensable to the advance of lasting peace, justice, stability, and equitable cooperation among the nation. Concluding his remark, Mr. Usman said that the government and people of Eritrea reaffirmed their unwavering commitment to principled engagement in the international affairs and their continued readiness to contribute to peace, stability, dignity, and collective prosperity of the people of the region and continent. The event was highlighted by musical performances by veteran and young artists. Eritrean nationals residing in Luxembourg and Germany has celebrated 35th Independence Day anniversary with patriotic zeal under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. The celebratory event in Luxembourg on 16th May, Mr. Usom Haptai, representing Eritrean community, congratulating the Eritrean people and its defense forces and called on Eritrean community to strengthen its organizational capacity and contributing to the national development drives. Noting that Eritrean people have ensured their independence and national sovereignty and harmony by foiling all sorts of hostiles, Mr. Mikhail Tesfaye, first secretary to the Eritrean embassy in Belgium, said that colorfully celebratory event attests to that. Eritrean nationals in Germany cities of Stuttgart, Kassel, Cologne, and Ulm enthusiastically celebrated 35th Independence Day anniversary under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. The event in Stuttgart, Mr. Johannes Wollu, charged the affairs at the Eritrean embassy, congratulated Eritrean people and its defense forces and said that the contribution of Diaspora nationals are making to the national development programs attest to their commitment and love for their country. At the celebratory event in Kassel, Mr. Kabrab Takhaste, Eritrea's Consul General in Frankfurt, delivered a message of congratulations. Similarly, nationals in Stockholm, Sweden celebrated 35th Independence Day anniversary with patriotic zeal featuring sports and general knowledge competitions as well as cultural programs. Nationals in Norwegian city of Torrendum and its environment also enthusiastically celebrated 35th Independence Day anniversary featuring various programs. The Eritrean National Agricultural Research Institute has played a significant role over the past 35 years increasing crop productivity. The report was made by the Public Relations Division of the Ministry of Agriculture. According to Eritrean National Agricultural Research Institute reports, in the area in the genetics, resource conservation, and institutions has so far preserved more than 6,303 seed accessions representing approximately 160 species of crops and trees. In the field of crop improvement, Eritrean National Agricultural Research Institute has since 1997 conducted research at 9 agricultural research institutions located in Al-Halhale, Ka'telai, Ship, Aordet, Shambuk'o, Haggaz, Golij, Akalet, and Ad'ayeh. Through these efforts, the Institute has developed 52 improved varieties of cereals and pulses, including wheat, barley, sorghum, millet, maize, sunflower, and various legumes. The improved variety, which produce yield more than twice those of the traditional varieties, has been distributed to farmers throughout the country. In addition, the Eritrean National Agricultural Research Institute has developed and disseminated 34 improved vegetable varieties and 36 fruit varieties. At present, a newly developed hybrid maize variety named Halhal, which yields more than 65 quintals per hectare, has successfully passed research trials and has been released to farmers for cultivation. To support these crop improvement programs, the Institute is carrying out extensive plant and health research to ensure that all planting materials are healthy and disease-free. Tissue culture activities are also being strengthened to produce and distribute clean and disease-free planting materials to farmers. In the field of natural resources research, Eritrea National Agricultural Research Institute laboratories have analyzed more than 16,000 soil samples, over 500 water samples, more than 1,750 plant samples, and over 170 fertilizer samples. The laboratory service provides critical information for sustainable land and water management and improved crop production. Livestock research studied has been conducted on more than 268 forage species. Promising forage varieties has been multiplied and distributed to farmers to improve animal feed availability. Eritrea National Agricultural Research Institute is also undertaking extensive research on selection and improvement of livestock breeds. This year, the Institute initiated research aimed at developing backyard poultry varieties. Before assuring its current organizational structure in 2003, the National Agricultural Research Institute existed under various names and different locations. Its origin dates back to 1910, making it one of the Eritrean oldest scientific institutions, and currently the institution employs 270 staff members, of whom about 80% are agricultural researchers and technical professionals. Straight ahead is our international news after the show break. Welcome back. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday that his administration is in final stage of peace talks with Iran and is willing to wait a few days for the right answer. The president claimed he is not in a hurry to finalize peace agreements with Iran, suggesting that he would not consider making a limited deal only focused on reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. The president added that he had a very good phone call with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan early on Wednesday. Turkey is seen as one of the key mediators during the U.S.-Iran negotiations. Iran's Islamic Revolution Guard Corps on Wednesday warned that if the U.S. and Israel aggression against the country is repeated, the war will extend beyond the West Asian region. On the same day, Iranian Foreign Minister Saeed Abbas Araghchi warned in a post on X that returning to war with Iran will have many more surprises for the United States, citing a recent support by the U.S. Congress that acknowledged the loss of dozens of aircrafts. On our last report, a Chinese foreign minister spokesperson has said the country's opposition to official U.S. exchange with Taiwan remains consistent, clear, and firm. Spokesperson Guo Chuang made the remark on Thursday. The spokesperson added that China also remained firmly opposed to selling the U.S. weapons to Taiwan. He said that China urged the United States to act on a common understanding reached during the recent summit to stop sending the wrong signal to Taiwan independence nationalist forces. He also said the U.S. should act to maintain peace and stability to Taiwan Strait, as well as the momentum for stable development of the China and U.S. relations. According to Reuters news agency, a direct conversation between Trump and Lai would be the first such talk between sitting U.S. and Taiwanese presidents since 1979, when the U.S. shifted diplomatic recognition to Beijing from Taipei. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Message of congratulations. Ministry of Foreign Affairs celebrates Independence Day anniversary. Trump said Iran talks are in final stage. And China said it opposed official exchange between US and Taiwan. And that was the news from ERi-TV studios. This has been the Eritrea reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.